What up, y'all? I still really need to invest in a tripod, but I'm pretty stoked to show you guys how the EK is coming. So I've really only worked on it like today since I uploaded the last video about this thing like a month ago. But really the situation with this is I was waiting on that guy to get the title in the mail. He had just got this car, started having issues, and immediately was going to scrap it and then sold it to me. He hadn't got his title in the mail yet, but he got that to me one day last week. So now I can finally start working on this thing. Today, I pulled the valve cover off, painted that thing VHT wrinkle. I think it looks pretty good. I don't see too many flaws. Oh man, which I'm gonna have to, oh no. I must have touched it. I'm gonna clean the letters off at some point. When it's fully cured, I'll try to sand those back off. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, it's pretty clean. It's not bad. But I did a little more poking around on the car, and looks like I'm gonna need a radiator because that is disgusting, and it's pretty much just clear stagnant water. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna do the full thing on this thing, man. I'm probably gonna do the head gasket, water pump, timing belt, thermostat. Other than that, you know, full maintenance, plugs, distributor parts, not the distributor parts. So the igniter, cap and rotor, fuel filter, air filter, whatever else little things I can find like that. You know, replace this coolant hose that's got a little split in it. I imagine this happened because it's overheated before, hence the murky coolant, hence the hard wiring the radiator fan. But we'll get that sorted out because this Y7 runs strong. It runs great. Anyway, other than that, I worked on the EO a little bit, but I really haven't been working on it. I didn't test fit these wheels. They've been on there for a while, but they don't fit very well compared to what I want on the car. So I pulled those off. I started to pull the max peening rod coilers off. I haven't done all that yet, but I plopped them on this thing. Not too bad, not too bad. This is a little bit more, you know, wheel gap than I would personally like, but I think I've expressed that this is a car I'm putting together to sell. And as far as being an automatic EK, this is one of those cars that nobody's going to be interested in because of what it is. I think it's going to be a car that people want it because they need it, not because they really want it. So I'm really just going to do my best for, you know, everything to keep working as it should, it to run properly, it to shift properly, it to brake properly. I could do a couple things to make it nicer here and there like that, but I think I'm just going to include the coilovers in the sale of this car. I don't think I'm actually going to install them. Let me know what y'all think. I think just leave it like that and include the coilovers, because then that's kind of for everybody, you know. At that point, if you receive the car with the coilovers, if you choose, you can slam it, or maybe I can offer an installation for another $100. But there's more people that wouldn't want it slammed that need the car for what it is than somebody that's just going to buy a slammed auto EK with a Y7 in it. So it's kind of how I feel about that. I still have not put the stereo in it, but I've got most everything wired up. I'm just waiting on the stereo to come in the mail. Here's the sub. Little Sundown 12. I'm kind of thinking somebody young's gonna buy this car, probably some high schooler or something. So we really gotta, I'm trying to make it presentable, as clean as it can be. Obviously it's not the greatest, but I'm just trying to make it presentable, reliable, halfway decent. I really don't want to sell a piece of crap, but I mean, no matter what you do, it's still going to be a $2,000. Even if I 5-speed swap this thing and made it a little more fun, it'd still be a $2,000 EK. So it really doesn't make sense to put much more work. But if I just give it some wheels, include the coilovers, you know, maybe we create another enthusiast or something. You know, it's already got a cool stereo in it. It's got some sub bumping. You know, he might get inclined to. But you know, I really don't want to drive nobody away from buying this thing just because I decided to slam it. I'm not really going to drive it anyway. But nevertheless, I am still excited about this thing. Now that I got my title, like I said, I'm hoping it's a pretty in and out project. I'm probably going to have most of this week off, so I'm hoping to create more footage of this car. Maybe some more footage of this car. I'll probably be pulling this engine out sometime this week. I need to pull all the suspension out this week. I'm really wanting to, I'm not going to tell y'all why, but please excuse my mess. We got more projects going on that we can stand, but I'm actually preparing to pull this subframe off of this EK or this EG. I got to pull this off, get that steering rack off, put some new bushings, clean this thing up, probably paint it again. I don't know, that's kind of one of those parts that look kind of tacky if it's painted, but I can't just leave it surface rusty, you know. Maybe hit it with a flat black so y'all don't notice it too much. This was a pretty clean car at some point a couple years ago. Unfortunately not no more, but anyway, it is going to heavily contribute to the EL getting built, and we're happy about that. You know, we're happy about that. Intake manifold, it's not in the bay because I got rid of that V16 manifold to one of my friends that has an EF. I think I've got it on the channel on like my shorts. I've got this bad baby here for it. I'm still deciding because I got that full titanium hardware kit for a B20, or not a B20, but a VTEC B series, and I also have the transmission. It's all that same. I'm not going to tell you what color it is. You've seen it. I don't really want to harp on it because I obviously want that to be a special video of its own. But my problem, you see, my engine's been painted before. The head has been halfway painted before, and the transmission has been painted before. And all three of them are kind of different colors. I picked this B20 up when I was in Montana. I picked that B16 head up separate, put it on this B20, and then I picked this up while I'm living down here in Alabama. So all of these did not come from anywhere near the same place. So that's kind of why that is. But the debate I'm talking about is I don't know whether I want to remove all of that paint off of these and then paint it again, because I feel like if I strip all the paint off, it'll kind of distort the cast by that point. It won't. I really just want it to look like a fresh, good cast aluminum engine, but I don't know if I can achieve that with everything being painted before. I want to try though, but I think that hardware would look really good if the engine and trans and everything, if everything was all flat black. If I could black this engine out, I think that would be cool. But man, I don't know if I like painted engines, so I'm gonna have to revisit that at a different time. But you might see my coil unplug kit. We've already been using this with the Honda S300. Got that Skunk 2 manifold. It's never been on this engine before. That's a GSR transmission with a wave track LSD. The B20 has USDM Type R replica pistons at a standard bore. It's got the ARP rod hardware, and that's about it for the bottom end. It's got some bearings in it, but I mean, woo, just eBay pistons too. Head is unbuilt, but it's a B16 head, and it does have GSR cams. I do have some Skunk 2 cams right there. However, for my setup, I think those cams, they're Skunk 2 Pro 2s. I think they're a little bit too much cam for what I got going on, which is why I put the GSR cams in. But this was a great running setup. There was really nothing wrong with it. The clutch was starting to act up. I think it was slipping. I think that's why I parked this thing. I parked this thing a couple years ago, and I'm just finally getting back into working on it now. I had to gather the motivation because I obviously got some wiring to move around and route other places that don't look, you know, ghetto. I don't really like My fuse box placement too much. I like the placement of that, but I need to condense everything into one I can't remember what you call those. Terminal? Ring terminal? Yeah, I need to condense all that. But yeah, I just got a bunch of miscellaneous wiring everywhere that I've got to try to do a little better job of hiding. This thing does still have AC. It's got a DC5 Creations tuck kit. It did have power steering, but I am moving to a steering rack that is looped already because I'm putting the EG subframe in here. Hope I didn't just give that away. But if you did, remember it. The interior of the car ain't nothing special, but like I said, a little bit of wiring management needs to happen. I was starting to run stuff to an AFR gauge, I think, and just didn't. That's my radiator fan, because I had problems with the relay. Nice prelude seats. No, this really is like my dream build, though. The interior is immaculate. Door cards, look at those things, dude. How many times do you see an EK sedan with some steel round door cards? I don't even put my arms on them, man. It's got a nice touchscreen radio I put in. Now, if you didn't know, if you can get a stereo that has Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, and you get the Honda app, you can actually display everything on your stereo, which is great. I really wish these wheels would have worked the way I wanted them to. I think what I'm looking for is a set of 16s. I think they're more at home, finding a new home on the green sedan myself. Well, I'm sorry I really didn't get any work done, but I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update. I guess I could update you on, ooh, look at that 8th gen. I could update you guys on the red EK, Jeremy's build. This was an auto Y7 car to begin with. We actually took the Y8 from the EL and put it in here. This was an automatic Y7 car. So we put the manual Y8 in here. We got everything. Yeah, everything's in here. Clutch pedals all in here. Everything's ready to go. But this car is going to be more of a aesthetics car than anything. Really interior focused. Not currently, but you'll see we already swapped the black carpet in. All the parts in here for this thing. We have put black carpet in here. The reason we put black carpet in here is because the leather interior from the Acura EL is going in this thing. I sold it to Jeremy, so that's going to be pretty cool. He got sold the wrong wiring harness. Me and Jeremy both are not very knowledgeable on OBD2A, OBD2B Civics, but essentially this engine and transmission's from a 99. The car's a 99. ECU is 99. All the swap and electronics, except for the wiring harness, come from the same place. My wiring harness was very hacked up by the time, I got it pulled, because I was using it to OBD1 convert, and it got pretty bad because I'm not very good at wiring myself. And so we purchased a wiring harness off of a friend for a pretty penny. Well, it ended up being an OBD2A harness, so we couldn't really use that thing, which sucks. But Big Dog got on to Carrot Top Tuning, ordered a OBD2 Bay harness that goes to OBD1 ECU. So now we can run our tunable ECU in there. So this thing will have, cool launch control and shit. So that'll be cool. But anyway, now that I updated you guys on that, I sold that one, unfortunately. I just got to deliver it. That one's going to the scrap. That one's going to go to the... Hi, Bluey. Hi, Bluey. That one's going to the scrap after parts get pulled off to build the green one there. That one's also going to scrap. That was actually the donor car for this car, and this car. Wildly enough, that's why we keep the parts cars in the yard like that. But all right, I hope y'all have a good one. I hope y'all enjoyed viewing this. Peace.